5 minutes to the top of the hour. 8. My name is Kofi Frimpong Ziega. Me no mo betna say kopem say non krobe pemu na ene ye wonsam dodo na e de mam ti say dem di ka e kan no. Ye be kai say last week and I call Boise gas explosion kese bi ekoso oboase na ase properties PP and a report and sa council kire say nipa miensa and actual mokadas unconfirmed enti yeni yana musini ono ewo oboase municipal etwetwe nkomosisi nana ojambo ama aba homa no so nana memo akwa aba
I haven't talked to
Hello, Ziega.
okay.
Hello.
Yes. Baby, I will yeah, I can see you. Nami who nami side phone cancel. Yeah, baby, I will noise me like take a class. Uber Jomo radio no sama me. Feedback.
You know, I'm trying to pay on my bank. So I'm going to new radio.
Okay, no problem. Now, catch it. Any pair will pay say, and I'll be
you know, Kassa dear, and a pay me and say, and you know, I made me pay me on a pretty good and at this a crack it about council from my penny and son.
There's a Nipani and son from Mrs. confirmed. Okay. Now, but the top of a chair, and a dear partner buy a mass.
Nana, also, I'll buy future more. You're some of my personal bus. None of you are a day at tomorrow.
Because I see your shop or had it. It's a one with the money berry. And yet, that Kuba have film was studying Ganjo was in a year. Manager, never the electrician, and I say, 4 days. I'm a quay or I'm your contact. I'm made by my car, say, in the packet, can see the crown. It's me. I did channel pan my bass and the fat fit up for me, Marco Raman. It's me, Jinas, shop one, I mean, did you come on? I'm there, fit any coy. It's been 30 minutes for money, a friend say. Fire Idia Brasua, gas near the Jumano. I school drama. The master of Chile Juma, Nenayati. The master of Chile Juma, Nenayati. Prince.
Nana.
Yeah, Nana, me too.
You mean Prince or Hammond or no dear on a boy at Tin Town when you penny do at the core and the Prince will ever tell you who you are Casancasa actually. Prince, I'm a problem about the duties. This is not and to know the Rebecca say, I am not bad, me the good number, 10:30. I'm a I got me the draw, me church have a master's for a me a penny or hard. The church, I could give a baby, and I need come on. Chia, my master, this school. We need come on to be free on my class. Yeah, it's a mini who said, a jabby and I will be sir. Mamma, the material you and I'm hungry, I dare out to I'll be a new DSC. Yeah, and me solid say we didn't go for them solid. I make up wow my you know me answer will be back for me show me like I say you do ready for free. I'm down to call show me amount for anti you could see ya nedia ya dear dear my boy you buy your own oxygen run. Only oxygen oxygen na no go na dey na nothing fear hatch. Na every oxygen no kura na yase kan wa na pa ye no kura na no mu bie ni prate antete anya hwe na mu confirmation is say you free ni baba ka ba ko ba ya na o ma ye cylinder ye tu ofie bi e de chire a straight afọ no so ade we chire na e stress aspiration free mu e so bi ya ma sa atwo se ka ne de interpret nya ye nyina na ye live. Even the data has a case do crown is producing in I mean, the moon be a plate back of crown chain free because now the energy You no two second one and three and slowly. I don't know the beer keke. And me am fa bia mam na mu ka no de na no mo so no. I don't know na atete ya. Enti plate a yenya nyina no koye plate a na mu ha. Plate mu ha mu no amre pa wo hu awu se e ka mu die no bi. Ana ma no ko ba sa. Enti no no ye na de cylinder set wa na de. We no kwa na emu ni na bu waye. Plate na antete.
Ye no me chem sinisi.
So sa no na de no plate na din. Uche plate na yi na no explore no kwa no na second one no mu de ye adwuma na ye me mu na bie keke anya de a etie say the plate bia ante anya hu mu no wae keke ye no mu de ye adwuma nti ka no mu de plate nya na nyina ye light ye ka mu de na na da akiri na de sa atorancho mu ye se nyina ba ti cylinder se gua nyina ya fele aso ba kokora ni wa to ye ba we na na say o host ni tia from the agreement na ma no ebie ba no cry ya second one no ka e be wu abrosa because that time we nyina ya pray ni ma ibinu no ayi enti ni nyina ya wura
yan fire service oboase municipal enti yan fire tender assay interview ben na ehun for no to be na brebe na fire service be
Fasa squad dey ka so mo boa nya former be maka say ye boa na emu ye konya confirmation say ibi oboase ade no kura wa ha na ya buje boatefo de no kura ne ye se asay bro 1 year ni a bi ama enti for mana de ene di nkan be du ye ono ba ya na am say nsuo na wo mu no susua ansa na egie na ba ya a chese ono wo timba so ano kase ade ma yen senye egie mu de na ode ba ya ni nsuo tanka almost on the sea the one on the bench in Claudia. Kaya Massa about dying wa say you know. Ka young Chason Panka Diane war Mantam and mission. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are near about manual summon and yeah, you said, yes, sir. No matter one moon consider to me before the Kakara. No marketing to be because you never be a free more. Kakake. To say, Cranad be see a shop here now. Every way a crack at the chair. So we say abanka to be no more duma obi betumi aye kura se kase ya abanka nti yem from ko nti esre aduma bi a won bi as ye ayi timi de bua no yenya na mfiro because I see how e bia na chine ba bi wo fro nti mi ntimi mo a ye ni party asase su die ebi nche sa no ma wo na kan ho ne mmom che ba ya enko chiri bebre enya ense no ma bebre no
so far cars do the same
car do to see your car 13
ababa na me
eya mono am crofo car mono ha taxi kra ncheda nwura shop a ya shop a say na bi wo mono taxi an kasa ncheda nwura shop a the case nyina ya am for private cars papa just ya kasa wo boka na di a eya ensem bebre because we fortune ya esimachi ya eya car mono so nkofo china kasa ko new ones no ko new ones no kwa best 3 as 4 church as here uche just kai say wa ha na ka bie no wa ha ye car say car da na taxi bi ai si ba bi entino ya woman no
nana person do abusa na
yeah mama musa ayi yeah fast ma ejane ba na say explosion ba ni de me didi say expert be ba on be determine adequacy ama sade ne buy and waka cars no so dodo de ache na kampise be busa the number of cars omo ho kan but catch ye baby a ade ne wo no say fitting shop wo say baby a ye cars your fitting shop your baby o me welding and a hopa ne ye hene fa mo ye de no ho
yeah aha say no you woni pa your masters na me fitting master me wa no yaka anya wo electric welder ewo ye ha anya wo gas welder ejana so wo ewo ha eti gas welder for no oma cylinders no masa me very sure shop pass bro 20 years gas no cylinders no turn wa ha dada enye kase enye hwe na ono ba bi okra no nkra me okra gu ba bi a eye yi a emme ba bi a eye adwuma no so ani ye wu nkra se bi kra ho aliki krada anasa hu kra ye bibi sada because mo ba mo the cylinders ne ba You want some corn, you know, who said no leakage be a new. And son, I'm free. I could not free and chair.
Okay, na no jampa me da se pa se o de report ya benya kopa na so ana aso ho fie e de amaye. All right, quickly yankwa homa no so na ye ne Mr. James Adabo presiding member edema Obuasi municipal. Mr. Adabo memwache ma Kessben ma chi dwumadi so na ka kire ye. Say assembly no e dey step na mutu make sure say you put everything into its position.
I met Dawasi na Maakye or Tiefo nyina. They didn't kind of Yabema Oma Omo aka nyina so yako ne shedding so. Unsa ye to abawie manti wa bi ba municipal assembly hono mo a the course no na say obia ekope ba bi tina kakra. Nti no Friday ya aturenche see na yetimine parties no issue ya yetimi resolve issue na ya make you official statement e dey ama staffs ni nyina se enne obia enresume at the post nti enne na metimine coordinating director ene menkan se ya MCA ebishia officially na yetimi adwene ho na mponu yakọ site won mo akọ visit wo mo na yehu nia yebetimi aye ede aboa ama sa aturenche mu a atui esie enne no ebi entimi ensibio
na ayi aturenche mi baye mo ne Ghana National Fire Service fo ahia mo no ma din komana se bia na ekọ weekends ntimi ntimi no ma nhia bia na na mbetimi no ma hia but mo no ma hia o matimi aka o matimi determine adequate mass ade ne bai
am say nia isi no ye free fire service for ma omo eba ho no mo eninti no omo na ebehwe edum jana ma bibia timi ekọ form na Obuasi municipal assembly na nkasa de ntimi ne Ghana Fire Service for no ntimi NCI said ya medin kan no enne ya nkasa mponu ebetimi ahia na ya hwe ekwan a ebefa so a ebetimi ne parties a ya involve nyina no etimi ahia na ya hwe ekwan a ebefa so educate garages for no so na omudwuma no said ya be ya omu betimi atoto omu ne ma pepepe na enkofa aturenchem say ebi emmabio
okay enti ya na senior ya correspondent ono no wo Obuasi confirm am say na no pay ya akraba konso afim enti amani pa wuo no 3 wo ye presiding member also o confirm say nipa 3 na afim
nipa ne de sabre ya menu kasa de na minim se nipa mienu na afim na ba konso de ya say the situation is critical or G a Confanochi hospital and intino so we have a can one actually met me agiatum because now baby have a frano edano na enye na enye kra.
All right, also Mr. James Adabo nyame kamo hona omamunim dia mbetimi de I put everything in its position but yebesa ba hobium se bibia teto form a yebesa ba na mo ne ayi Ghana National Fire Service Croatia ene de ekobia na mama yeso ate yeda se oni ya twetwe komo enaro pewei owura James Adabo presiding member edema Obuasi municipal sabredi ye ba studio na ya ba betwetwe komo besi na biewasum na obetin sempa
Kessben 92.9 FM.
Sabre dia ya to abawie the other time me catch we say oba Ghana hasia 2024 elections se said ye shasie ye registration limited registration obi an concussion din ye free on ya kwakoye ye kopeke nomination ni akoye filing ye filing we ni akwakoye balloting, ye printing of ballot sheet, afi akwakoye voting, ye voting no declaration aba. It is the former President Bahama and the Saye President elect Nyame Aduma on the 7th of January. Ye kwakoswe in Amanabeye and in the next president of Ghana. Na sabre and mene Ura Benjamin Kofi Kwashi, a Council of Elders chairman, NDC Edema was South Africa and then a Baba Church and Komo na Papa Baba Kayens of Amakwaba.
Ana Michelle.
Yeah, Bibia Wakodi.
Nyamiadom.
Now the other time was it last Friday? A new Patriotic Party, international relations officer, not Ohasi. Yenene Church Komo Wachre Yadu Omeduma Pa Omudi. When it comes to international and as a diaspora relations, normal director of international affairs. Na kachre National Democratic Congress, Ghana, Dana, Biwo South Africa, and dear Duma Namoye. What is the contribution? What is the reason why Amo establishes are doing?
Very well, Nana. Maminfa Akwenye su enchia ye listeners and our viewers in I think say every political party, you seek to have relations with international chapters. Now we say Ghana for Bibri wa manone. And most of these people also omo political party omo affiliate to the constitution of the NDC party and to the do's and don'ts of the NDC party. For some time now your director has been the Honorable Alex Sedbefia, ably assisted some time back by Honorable Fred Adbenyo. Currently he has Maakye Fua as a deputy, he has Dr. Carl Ahin as a deputy. And this is what they do. The best thing they do is they say, "Omobe bisaye nyina yewo diaspora say we should do things that will bring the NDC to power and to also share the idea." O say, "Oh, Manonia, you have a bit of influence in the sense say, uye jumano disika manifia." Your people are able to see, say, you are working hard, money is coming home, you are developing home, you are making people become responsible. Nana, in a nutshell, International Relations Department and their coordinating and yes, South Africa and Kona NDC war, it is everywhere in the world. It is in recently, Matisse, they just inaugurated another branch also in Dubai. They inaugurated another one in Nigeria, and I think, say, every political party to strive, say, Omobenya International Relations Department, like the NDC has got.
So in South Africa, how vibrant is in the NDC there?
Very, very.
And yet, you bet to Abankwa and Muyimuti.
No.
So do you go to meetings just like the branch? You know what has seen
everything that you see happening in the local NDC balance, it is the same thing that happens in the chapters as well.
See.
The NDC in SA, Ube Tumia, your researcher, they've done a lot of things that aligns to NDC in Ghana principles. And yes, Tenasi entering elections. No, we go on campaigns, we join in voter education, we join in helping financially the party back home. It's not a dormant one, it's a very, very proactive one. Yes.
Okay, so more contribution in this election. We'll come to that, but more contribution is the South African branch. What did you do? Make sure say a party a win election.
And this election was a very different election. This election, the NDC went into this election with everything that it had. The NDC wanted people. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was complaining about us having viable polling agents because previous elections, we saw say some of our agents were influenced in a way, Ankwambwa party, So people from the diaspora who came down, they came and they worked as polling agents. Me chapter hereby, we were in the Volta region, somewhere in Ashanti region, somewhere in the Eastern region, somewhere in Greater Accra, focused purposely on ensuring, say, party, at the polling station, at the collation centers, and even on the ground. But just because of the election. Through the period of the campaign, through the period of thank you tours by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And I think, say, we were an inclusive part of this victory. And NDC Esenkwa, all the other chapters that came, Obia, and making sure say, omo input boy for the NDC to have a bigger victory like we have.
Okay, so the victory now, when your victory no, you didn't to me say for the last post Rollins, the last 6 elections that we have already had. Which is 2000, 2004, 2008, 12, 16, 20, 2020. Now, election 6 and this year we knew 1 in the first round, which is 2012.
Yes.
But even in 2008, they were in power, but they lost the first round. So now we shall 5, 6 elections. Now, and this year, I win just 1. I'm an NPP, I win 5. Going into this election, now a change of government here, Obi and Nipa be say NDC bet me really. But were you expecting such a huge margin?
Well, I think, sir, if you are being honest as a presenter and as the Ghanaian people reflected, this was a reflection of the impunity Ghana 4 didn't want. It was a reflection of the Ghanaian people's revolt. I said this election wasn't an election between the NDC and the MPP. Truth be told, this election was an election between Ghanaians and the MPP because Nana, the country has been ruled in such a way, say everybody was tired. Even people within the MPP administration were tired because first in history, I'll bet to say 90 members of a ruling party, members of more parliament, very revolted. Like I said, they want a minister sacked. And these 90 people form more than a quorum in parliament. But strangely, because we have a leader that was detached from realities on the ground, Nanado didn't take that as an opportunity to ensure, say, Obeboa ne party. Because Nana, everybody felt the president was headed in the wrong direction. And this election was a referendum on Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Bawumia. And I can tell you, say, the victory that the NDC got, unprecedented, unexpected, but the party worked hard for it. The Ghanaian people, Nana, they bought into the message John Dramani Mahama Edimaye. And I think, say, this is a lesson to all politicians. Say, you don't take the people for granted and say, oh, promise. Maakye and Crawford say, what the Ghanaian people, MPP in this election, it shouldn't be seen, say, a history NDC, it will remain a history forever. Say NDC fairly Ghana for Nana, the same defeat, maybe in a bigger magnitude, about to NDC. Then we will understand, say, no politicians should take the Ghanaian people for granted.
What is your expectation? Because President Mahama has 4 years. So your expectations the next 2 years, where do you expect this country to be like, so that I be encourage you and say, yes, indeed, we have voted for National Democratic Congress?
I think the initial thing I can say the president and his team of ministers and government appointees should first and foremost ensure we stabilize the economy. Now this election was not about any other thing apart from being about the economy. Can you be able to it doesn't, there's no value to our city. And I'm sure in this 2 years we need to meet the people's expectation. President Mahama is not a magician. I heard somebody from the MPP saying, as soon as we start within the next 1 month, 2 months, they'll hold us accountable. No, you can't hold us accountable. You would hold us accountable, yes, but you've created a mess for 8 years, Nana, and it is going to take everything that the NDC has to ensure, they solve the problems at MPPDHM. Nana, 4 years, like President Mahama has said, it's enough for every good leader to be able to make a mark. Can say, if the NDC wants to go through and become one party, the people will trust us. This is an opportunity. Nana, whatever it is, the NDC has policies and initiatives outlined. There were a manifesto. They call elections now. People bought into it and voted for us. So what we have to do, Nana, you bet to me and manage that expectations and deliver on the promises. Those promises that were given in the manifesto, Nana, president-elect say they were not just sloganeering, no, or say nyama oka wo manifesto no nyina or be make sure say we this. And the President Mahama we know would ensure say it happens.
But 50 was it a 60 ministers campaign judging from the elephant-sized government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. A lot of people criticized it, raised conflict against it, and so during the electionary campaign, President Mahama made us to understand that he's going to work with 60 ministers. Some of us, we thought that's a political. Do you think that the 60 ministers can deliver for a president who's to spend just 4 years?
Well, I think, like President Mahama indicated, 60 ministers will be enough.
Including deputies. And the regional ministers.
Yes, so I've heard people ask that if he includes the regional ministers, the number becomes so little for him to appoint. But I think the president has got a clear-cut planner. Onim say this is how he's going to manage the administration of his government. Now, we have ministries under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. They were just giving appointment for the sake of giving appointment. Now, President Mahama and the NDC has also indicated that some ministries will be merged, and most at times, Nana, the ministries, it's the technocrats that get things done. So, any other ministry, you see, there's a minister of this, and then there's a minister of state, there's a deputy minister, there are 3 deputy ministers, like under Nana Addo administration. I think, and no kahunti na Ghana for tour batia MPP. And I'm sure, President Mahama knows, it cannot be political talk, obey appointing 60 ministers, because waka, but he has a social contract with the Ghanaian people. So for me, I look at it to be an issue of leadership. President Mahama will address the nation and say he's going to go through with his 60 ministers, or he comes to them and say, let's have a social contract. What do we do to better the lives of everybody through Nkrofo key sectors of Munyejuma? But whatever he said during the campaign, Nana, I want to reiterate, he's a man of his words, and he's not going to go against them.
Right. This election, in Kofi, you say a lot of records and Abba. The other time I was saying it on a TV station, say it would take maybe a political party to break this record for maybe the next 50 years. Because President Mahama will be, so to be trying to tell now, Obey the long-serving president, about 8 years, 174 days, and 21 constituencies. And for the first time, NDC to win here, unprecedented. ABC this country that, and share the percentage of doing here as compared to after 1996, 57.4. Now we're near 56.5. We're breaking that. It's not even breaking that record. Continue, but maybe see that that's such a huge margin. Records now bad to the extent that you're first time a female, female vice president. Tell us, Professor Nano Opoku-Agyemang, did she contribute massively to this campaign? Say win now, bano. Neni panana bre. Say Ghanaians were tired. President Mahama, the message in the koe, and now say the woman's woman no ekahubi. And amount omutimi bapa, because your own political party people were not interested or like the woman the way now woman the campaign somewhere near there will to say this because of her need to go and DC for boycott with the debate, because they thought that he could not stand Napo in the vice presidential candidate debate, blah 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 blah. Mami, office the performance to the election net is amount. I hope you say very good things.
No.
About it, but
I'm going to be pragmatic and to first and foremost, debunk the assertion say the woman or Professor Nana Addo Opoku-Agyemang, the debates were cancelled or were not heeded to because he feel say own to me and debating Napo. Not true.
Oh, okay.
Not true. Yeah. Nana. Professor Nana Opoku-Agyemang has broken records. You and I know, till this day, they are records.
Yeah.
First female to be appointed a vice chancellor.
Yeah.
Never happened in the history of this country.
Yeah.
Today, she's the first female vice president elect. Never happened in the history of this country. When she was a minister of education, Nana, all of us can attest to Nyama Mami Yeye. Napo became a minister of education. Put the two of them together. Contrast them. You will not tell me, and that's be engineer baby and Kaza. You see, in the middle of the campaign, everybody was trying to make a point. They felt a beboa or more agenda. Nana, tell me, what did Napo bring to the ticket of the MPP? Napo said everything wrong about Professor Jenana Opoku-Agyeman. At the point, people in the NDC were even asking, say, her approach to campaign, will not bring anything to the ticket. But when you have an academician to say Professor Jenana Opoku-Agyeman, and she has people around her, like the Honorable Alex Sedbefia, you have people around like Eric Eje, James Ajenim Boateng, all the other guys they've been into mainstream politics.
Some of them are contest elections.
Yes.
And they know the road.
Exactly. So you expect, say, Professor Jinana will do the things yenim say Alex Sedbefia will champion. Yenim say James be champion, and I say Eric be champion. But she did something unique. Nana, her approach to the campaign was different.
Yeah.
If you have followed her approach, it paid off. Because at the time Obi Esa Sisifia or Kase Lomotenie Jomamanie, Professor Jenana Opoku-Agyeman was going to the people in the trenches.
Yeah.
I was in the Volta region throughout this election. So when she came to campaign in the Volta region, then I realized she didn't come to meet crowds, but she came to meet young people, young ladies, people who are into business, people who need help. And her message to them was, "Ono oye mame oye abatai, whatever abatai would do for her children to be okay, that is what they do." And I'm sure, Senana, you see how she pulled it for us in the central region.
During the campaign, we politics, be political opportunism.
Yeah.
So during the campaign, we heard President Mahama he will cancel ex gratia. It's one of the issue a buy pa and then Kofi say is cannot do and Kofi criticizing. So what you any idea? Now tell us. Do you still think that we should scrap ex gratia because somebody was spending the time to serve a constituency of over 100,000 people for 4 good years? He's a teacher. Was sacrificing teaching job at the Aba Parliament. Wababa some Ghana for 4 years. Though was just salary. But Nipani Kofia, you are telling me that that person does not deserve an ex gratia. Do you think that we still have to go ahead and scrap this ex gratia?
I think the President Mahama said it clearly, said there should be constitutional reforms. There should be realities on the ground. Nana, this ex gratia thing has created a lot of problems in times past. Now, you are right when you say we'll be sacrificing a whole life, and then when they finish, they need to go home.
It stands like a honorarium. Yeah.
Yes. So the concern is that there should be fairness. Nana, there should be fairness because when you look at other government employees are almost retirement, what they get compared to what our honorable members of parliament get or government appointees get, there's a huge variance.
Astronomical.
You understand? So President Mahama is not saying it because Onuwajini Edge area. That is not the kind of person he is. But you see, sometimes we need to apply common sense. Sometimes we also need to ensure there's equity. That is why he said, ex gratia, Ghana from President Kufuor's time, from Jerry Rawlings' time, from Atamil's time, and then Nanado's time. Now President John Dramani Mahama is here. Or say, we will need to look at it again, and we will need to see whether we can put these government workers, Article 71 office holders, on a scheme that matches with that one. Everybody under the Controller and Accountant General Department have when it comes to pensions and going home. And I think, Nana, it's not a political talk, and it is something that if we want to develop this country, because we all have to contribute.
Do we have to scrap it?
Scrapping, as President Mahama has indicated, it is left with people in Parliament. The law has not been. We have an absolute majority, and I can assure you, if our parliamentarians believe that what President Mahama has indicated about scrapping it is relevant, we'll go ahead and do it. We'll go ahead and do it. I'm sure, there will be other ways that we'll have communication within ourselves as members of Parliament and ensure the right thing is done, not only for the interest of Nkrofo Parliament, the interest should be of the Ghanaian people. if the Ghanaian people's interest runs supreme than yen crop for more parliament, I think say the Ghanaian people will have to run with it.
All right. We will come back and stay in the President Mahama's promises and the government. But let me take you back. As a Council of Elder chairman, diaspora, especially you, South Africa, you can speak for people of South Africa. How did you make sure say Omar Babe Twaba? Did they come to vote? And as unkwa na aba na aba beye waduma. So muni na aba beto aba. Kwa be na mo your organization no. Mo na mo organize mo plane ticket the party no support mo. Mo bar mo didie mo hotel demo ne sa no ko obi na order Ghana.
Okay. I can assure you say the national party never paid for any plane ticket, accommodation, feeding, or transport for anybody from the diaspora. Like you said, I can speak on behalf of South Africa. Most of the people who came, it was out of their own pocket. It was out of, the way the International Relations Department took this election. Nana Oman started planning in November. They started this thing 2 years back. So they indicated saying they should ensure say Omaba Beye Omo voters ID card and prepare themselves for the bigger election. Nana, we took that advice on most of the people. I think say South Africa chapter they are more than 10. All of them were registered voted. All of them voted. All of them became polling agents. All of them became agents on the ground to ensure say there's a smooth election for the NDC. And so none of us took any money from the national.
All right.
We came on our own.
All right. Kessben Maakye dwumadie na masogu so amuti no. Sabre yene ura Benjamin Kofi Kwashi, Council of Elders chairman. NDC South Africa and the we are also live on Kessben TV, DSTV channel 364, Gold TV channel 121, and of course Asida TV. Now you tried ya tumtimua na mubisano Asida TV so we are also live and Kessben Plus. Let me take it again. We are live. Catch us live on YouTube at Kessben TV. Uko Facebook so search for Kessben TV. May we do messages at the amount. After we are live on Kessben TV itself, Kessben Plus TV. We are also live on Asida TV, DSTV channel 364, and Gold TV channel 121. You're from Nana Frimpong Ziega. Many of Mr. Benjamin Kofi Kwashi, Council of Elders, Chairman NDC, South Africa, and the come on. Now, say, let's watch this. This is a very critical, but I have to ask you. President Mahama, 2016, you went to Elubu. Now, all your campaign and all catch on say, Munim say, the framers of the Constitution who say, Omwa, who been 4 years, won't mean fanya she. We are president Abenya for ultimate financial. It's young man of 4 years and fanka home. Okay. Then President Kofo also said it in the White House in the White House in the US when your man cheers and honor. I know what can say. The 4 years no is not enough. He even criticized the framers of the Constitution. President Mahama went to Said Business School or Oxford. The speech you know can say 4 years is not enough because President Bien who more bet me the 4 years. Aye Ghana ye. And I say, ultimately achieve a meaningful government. Now, coach say your first year, we may make appointments, a whole lot to put everything in its position before you strike. I feel a bedu second year, no. Now I feel now what to know my third year, first and second year, I feel fourth year. Now I feel now election year and ultimately President Bien. Now it's been rumored in forecast speculations in your day, and now share you crown such like a front page also loud warning bells and this to amend the constitution to make sure say blah 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 blah. As some ways you are Ghanaian. Do you think that say baby President Mahama Abedri, the constitution needs to be tampered so that we can go for 6 years, 5 years that people are talking about? And as of say President Mahama as a constitution.
I think that's a good question. First and foremost, me sure said now President Mahama our say he's going to ensure say there are constitutional reforms. Now, these reforms, should go to the benefit of Yewo Ghana, not to one person. Say, Okwakoye reforms he wants to increase the terms of tenure of office for president. I think that the framers of the 1992 Constitution have a reason why they did what they did. But again, Nana Oshe Constitution, it needs an overhaul. That exclusive power, that to me, the president, has become something that we all say you're working on. Now, the constitutional amendments that I think said the NDC should be focused on. One, it's about the National Development Planning Commission. The objective of that body, even though it's binding on government, I think said there should be added caveats to it. Nana, on the issue of, say, 4 years is not enough, it is true. Nana, 4 years is not enough. But in the 4 years of President John Dramani Mahama, the first 2 years, started Terminal 3. First 2 years, started Ridge Hospital. How long did it take for him to complete it? How long did it take? Who a leader, now say you are focused on delivering your mandate. Like President Mahama says, 4 years is enough. I understand when he came in, Oka say, at that point, a year, he has to get his ministers appointed and all of that. But I remember, President Mahama has already done a previous 4 years. So he's coming on board, and yes, he's a new person to the presidency, who knows what goes into running a country. He knows it. So that argument, I don't think President Mahama will even make it say 4 years will not be enough for him to do what he has to do.
But we are talking about reset. Reset.
Yes.
And now, during the campaign, President Mahama made us to understand that Omana Tetia Pansam.
Yes.
Omaya Tetia Pansam.
Yes.
Can we take 4 years to fix it?
What I'm saying is that 4 years is enough for him to have institutional reforms. 4 years is enough for him to start things at the benefit Beba Ghanaian people anymore. And that is the most important reason why President Mahama is concerned with the team that he's going to appoint to work with. Nana, the country will be resetted from institutions, from state institutions. I who say political interference. I talk about the Supreme Court, the judiciary. The judiciary needs a complete overhaul. I talk about institutions of state. Go to an institution like Electoral Commission. Now you have a card-bearing member of the New Patriotic Party being an electoral commissioner. If you want a country to progress, you think, say, how would Ghanaian feel? And I say,
Baba say, Ubia, you need neutral people.
No, but I'm
even the broadcasting that we do.
Yes.
Your Ghana Broadcasting Corporation.
Yes.
We are teaching, you catch it, say,
yes.
We can never be neutral people, so we shouldn't be neutral, but we should be objective.
In being objective, Nana, you don't expect, say, me and Mafa take I contested as a member of parliament for the NDC. I don't belong to the New Patriotic. Let's use the NDC. I contested to be a member of parliament for the NDC. I lost. I lost to an NPP person. Now you've appointed me to the Supreme Court as an NDC person on the bench, and you bring a case. It involves the other party that defeated me in my elections. You think, sir, you'll be objective? Nana, we need to be very honest. We need to be. It is true, sir, you cannot be purely indifferent. And I say you cannot say, oh dear, you don't belong to any political party. But we are saying, sir, known political people.
Yeah.
The known face of them,
Yeah.
Nana, so some of us were not surprised about some of the rulings that came from the Supreme Court. It's a shame, Nana. We find ourselves where we are today because of the way our president arbitrarily appointing Crawford into positions. He doesn't care about who you are, but if you are just there to do his bidding, Nana, the reforms need to start. And that is one thing that we will all hold President Mahama accountable to. And I'm sure, say, with the parliamentary majority that he has, he's not going to abuse it. He's going to ensure, say, proper reforms. If it calls for a referendum from the Ghanaian people, why not? What we are saying is, this is the time for change. This is the time for us to ensure, say, Ghanaian FIFO, almost promise we are able to go through with it and ensure, say, we get where we want to get to as a country.
America for constitutional review. sometimes omo amend omo constitutions. You go to UK, they will tell you that you are contesting omo constitution sections including the back cover of their constitution. India, 2/3 of their constitution are being contested and reviewed and amended. Now, people are calling for constitutional review. President Mahama Suswaka. Do you think that we should touch you, Elder? Tell us. As I said, Article 66, I am at the tenure of the president. No? Do you think, say, constitutional review no ba yen touch a hono yenka yen touch yen tampane fanko 5 years 6 years me pese me tifu won the president Mahama here?
Okay, I think say to be very realistic, no, Nana, you've said say other jurisdictions, no, there have been changes to the constitution. We find ourselves in a how do you call it, in a technological age, in a scientific age. Nana, the truth of the matter is say the 4 years, we all agree. If you ask me on my personal notion, no, it's not enough for a leader to do anything. I think we go 5, we go 6. But Nana, it shouldn't be the decision of me seated here as Benjamin Kwashi. It shouldn't be the decision of President John Dramani Mahama seated there as Mr. John Dramani Mahama. It should be the decision of the Ghanaian people. Nana, I think personally, say increasing the tenure would bring a lot of stability and development. But the constitution doesn't say that now. So I support what the constitution says now, hoping, say, if the Ghanaian people believe, say, we have to amend it, no, why not? We amend it because the longer the person stays in office, no, that is the time obe to me a year more than near omu a to me year within the 4 years. I don't think, say, we can run away from that fact. So I, as a person, no, I will support any move, but let's not do it menkwa madrin so and I say a select few. Let's bring along the Ghanaian people. Let's ensure say Ghana foi, this is what we want to do. If majority of us agree on it, why not? We'll run it with.
All right. So it's a majority kase yen tampa Article 66 now. 10 now. You support it?
I don't think said we want to.
Do we have to go there, Krato?
No, of course. That's what I'm saying. Is that there are a lot of things in the constitution that needs amendment or that needs reforms. Let's use the word reforms. Nana, there are a lot of things that need reforms. You cannot say specifically we should just jump and go to Article 61. No, I don't think we should jump to that point now. It's not part of the reforms that we need urgently. What we need to do is, for me, that arbitrary power of anybody that is a president to appoint people into certain state institutions. Yakase, look at the appointment of justices to the Supreme Court or to other appellate courts of our country. Nana, these are things we need to look at. And yes, sir, and NDC has an outright majority, they will do whatever they want to do. No, MYM, because this is politics we are talking about. In the next 4 years, we might not even have the parliamentary majority that we have today. So whatever you are doing today, you also have to consider yourself, say, if tomorrow you are in opposition, how would you feel? Yeah. And I think, say, the MPP has done a lot of things back to bite them. And the NDC will need to take a cue from it. If not, we'll become crybabies like the Honorable Afenyo Markins, going and coming back. And when it is our turn to face the drum that we are beating, we'll say no, we are special kids, so they should treat us different. I don't think the NDC want to go through that level.
Yeah, baby. For the first time in this country, me who be that. Say about Eastern region near Babe kind of Accra because of dispute. And yeah, I will ask you to give us your percentage FIEC for Omeduma, but dispute here, Ekosi. Do you think that is a healthy for our democracy? Because a bio obeko bebina a collation center, na presiding officer no say he made the declaration under duress. If you all cry, bit me about say obwa. If you see a Ukrainian, since you're free in your babedu hasi. Do you think that this dispute here, Kosi, is a healthy for our democracy? Because the coach make use of the word healthy, they say. A bit me about say a bit ma presiding officers Libya. Sometimes some more political parties Libya set up because of the happiness. A bit so a bit me about say a be a party be using the shenko for more under duress. In which way do you think that is a healthy or bad for our democracy?
We have a democracy. The BMK say we need to guard with everything that we have. Nana, in jurisdictions, they have dictators, you know. You can see, say, they go nowhere. Nana, I don't think it's healthy with us having such challenges, especially during the election. I remember, say, prior to the election, because say President Mahama said, time without numbers, when he meets his inner circle, say, it is not worth it, say, Ghana ni bia be hwening kran, just to get somebody into a political office. Nana, what does the law say? Who is the returning officer for the presidential elections? The returning officer is the chairperson of the Electoral Commission. So that declaration is not made by the returning officers in other regions. It comes to Accra for him or her. Currently, we have a woman chairwoman, so she made that declaration. The law that governs elections in this country, has never said there should be recollation at collation centers that are being appointed. Say, for example, Greater Accra Collation Center. What rights do they have? Under which law? Under which CI are they using to do what they are doing? Nana, we should not set a bad precedent. Mekai say, last 4 elections, when the NDC raised this point, after the results have been declared at each polling station, each constituency center, when the NDC raised it, said we had problems. So you know what they told us? They told us that go to court. What has changed now? Nana, whatever we do, we should know, say, there are precedents are overset. And this precedent are set people come from constituencies and come and decide on elections at collation centers in Accra. Yamfa and see and stop. It will come to bite us. That is where we find ourselves now. And I'm happy, say, the Electoral Commission at IPAC has agreed, say, halt all those things and ensure, say, the right thing is being done. So, be what grievances. And can't be say, if you have a grievance in election dispute, Chief Justice said, our former courts dealt with those issues. Why are you taking the laws into your own hands and come? It was say, Nana, our democracy has grown so much. We don't need to be lawyers to understand the laws that governs elections and also governs us as citizens of the country. And I can assure you, say, the NDC and myself, we are not happy with the happenings and would ensure, say, the right thing is done.
Constituency assembly. If South Africa about constituency,
well, my constituency is Lada de Kotopon. Not adopt. I vote in that constituency. There are other constituencies that I've adopted. I think, what do you call it? Ayawaso Central, I've adopted. I've adopted.
Oh, to me, Papa.
Yes.
Manyadi.
It is the sweetest victory of all.
Yes, because it's part of the 21 constituencies and this year winning for the first time since Fourth Republic.
And growing up, I have always known one person our parliament, Maakye say that person became a political godfather to most people in the MPP that are my friends. Sheikh Isikwe.
Yeah.
So that constituency, when Isikwe was leaving, he just put Henry Quarter there. And everybody knew, said there was no way Henry could. In fact, before this election, I had a friend also of South Africa, Kofi Sami. He's one of the chapter chairman branch chairman in South Africa. He told me something, say, Ben, I think that if we put in small effort in Ayawaso Central, we are going to win. So I asked him, Kofi, are you sure? He said yes. Are you sure? He said yes. And the victory came. So, Nana, when the people are tired, they vote in a certain manner. Who say they are tired and they want change. The biggest of it all is an interior minister going down the way Henry Quarter went. And
so what did you do? Tell us.
Yes.
You don't have to come out with your secret all this stuff, but it is done. Sometimes for the church, we did this because dynamics necessary. The other 2024 and the other 2028. Oh, what did you do differently? Multimedia to Henry Quarter, because it wasn't a small minister, former security couple, regional minister, and interior minister. Then you push him off. That just like that.
It's simple, Nana. It is simple. The door-to-door campaign.
Wow.
It is simple. If you ask anybody in the NDC, what worked for the NDC was when they told us all, say, go down to the branches, go down to to the how do you call it, the lower branches of the party, to the constituencies. Don't go and meet in numbers. Take the message to the people. John Dumelo, brilliant. You see John Dumelo going from doorstep to doorstep, dormitory to dormitory. You go to Ayawa, so Central.
Raouf did well. Because man who say Raouf say yeah hasino yeah fa kakrawo Ayawa so na kakrawo abliku sound. Man who say Raouf take amuda. The beer and I like the minim say that strategically or mashada no ma branding is simple way, simple way. And on the money when they are parliamentary candidate now,
you believe it.
You wouldn't believe it. So it's like on man Kofo who say menamo pebi, I'm not above you now. I maybe say ataje kunta de lin spray, stati spray to suma e kunta maybe vote. Raouf always on the road.
Nana. Yeah, you can say that about Reverend Kukuado as well.
Yes, Ablikuma West. Down for no higher interview.
And our women organizer in South Africa, that is her constituency.
Oh, I see.
So when she came also, we had a meeting as executive who came down. And she told me the same thing. We'll win that seat. And we won. Nana, it is our approach to the campaign. We took the message to the people. And that is why Mekandibia say, we cannot take the people for granted because they listened to us, compared us to the MPP, and gave us this mandate. If we dare take them for granted, Nana, what will happen to the NDC? Near 2 MPP will even be better.
Why a broadcasting pay?
Debbie.
Wow, you speak. I'm telling you. And you have a radiosonic voice. You speak well, pa. Now tell us, what would be your greatest disappointment in case this President Mahama, from the 7th, the 7th, 2009, at the bad end of Mahama, and also Wanya, would be disappointed in his government.
I'll be disappointed if President Mahama appoints people that are arrogant into office. I will be disappointed if President Mahama appoints people that are not team players. I'll be disappointed if President Mahama is not able to hold accountable Obia what dissipated public funds in the last 8 years. I will be disappointed if the social contract, Nana, our concern is the first social contract, the 100 and something days that President Mahama has with the people. You cannot fail the people. Because that is the message that brought us to power. In everything that we do, President Mahama will have to ensure he's that selfless, dedicated leader that is there for Ghana and yet for family and friends. And if we should have a President John Dramani Mahama administration or an NDC administration that has the likes of, quote unquote, the likes of Gabi Asare-Ochidaku, Nana Santi Bedietu, then the NDC is doomed forever.
Why are you using them, citing them as an example?
Because they became more powerful than the party. You've heard after the defeat of the MPP, Nana, you've heard ministers, you heard members of parliament telling us they knew they've lost this election 2 years back. Because Nyama Bebesi in parliament, when they were raising objectives, they will be whisked to the office of Gabi Asare. Just yesterday, one of the what is it? Asante Regional MPs because
Eugene MP
or say
Subin MP.
The way Gabi and Oforiata were running the government on behalf of Nana Adono, they saw their defeat coming long ago. Nana, the NDC shouldn't make that mistake.
Because that man is peeved. Instead of comfort describing can't we hear from the other side?
We've heard from other side. There's somebody that I also heard. And
yesterday. Some of the things that they did,
PDS, all right. What didn't we say about PDS?
Yeah.
When we said, it was a bad deal. They saw nothing wrong with it. When we have a president who says, in the middle of a crisis I face as a country, his personal promise to God is to build a cathedral. So every other thing that Ghanaian says didn't matter to him. Nana, President Mahama shouldn't make those mistakes that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo did. And I can assure you, you and me will have to put him under check.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
And we have 2 questions then. And I would have wished that we have this conversation for 2 hours because I'm enjoying you.
Thank you.
I'm a radio animal. Onum kasa na mani jomepe. Because I'm learning a lot from you.
Thank
your
you.
English,
The
way your phonetics, your construction, everything. I'm learning. To use make sure I'm not writing questions.
Yes.
I'm writing some of your English new BA. Now, catch you and the president. NDC after President Mahama. You and the president. You and the presidency. Once again, you and the presidency. NDC after President Mahama. We have heard a lot of people have started lacing their boots. Towards the flag bearership and all that. I'm not talking about executive positions. Do you have a preferred candidate that after President Mahama, that person is to take over? Because it looks like after President Mahama, say 4 years in so year, anybody be or baby should be strategically that can beat Kennedy Japan or Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. You understand?
Yeah.
So tell us, do you have a preferred candidate? And what kind of candidate do you want?
I can give you a very straight answer. 3 years, 2 months into President John Dramani Mahama's administration. Right now, where I sit, I only know that we have a flag bearer, a leader, and a president-elect of our country, President John Dramani Mahama. Any other person who is lacing their boots for whatever it is, they should wait till after 3 years of President John Dramani Mahama. Like I said, if she wants to be a president after John Dramani Mahama, she should wait until after 3 years. We have a mandate to deliver on. This is not the time for us to be thinking about who would succeed President John Dramani Mahama in 4 years. If we do that, then we are insensitive. We didn't come to power to be insensitive to the people. If you want to be a president after John Dramani Mahama, wait. Let this government achieve what it has asked that it would achieve for the Ghanaian people. The party has got great people who will come and succeed President John Dramani Mahama. But for now, even if God comes and says that let's choose somebody now, we would all refuse, because we know that mistake it will go against not only the NDC but the wills of the Ghanaian people. I don't have any candidate. Nobody in the party has any candidate. Anybody that wants to be president after President John Dramani Mahama, it should wait. After 3 years, we'll have that discussion.
Ghana High Commissioner to South Africa is enough. What position do you would have wished to serve in this government? If President Mahama Frost is here, or say, Mr. Benjamin Kofi Kwashi, you worked. Tell me, President Mahama, where do you want me to take you to?
President Mahama is the appointing officer.
No, I'm asking.
Yeah.
Sometimes you ask some people. Yeah.
He has not asked me that question.
But in case of Obisawa.
Let's wait until he asks me.
No, I'm asking you.
Yes.
Because
I would have answered you. I would have answered you easily. I would have answered you easily.
Are you a lawyer?
I'm not a lawyer.
Good, because apart from Attorney General,
yes,
baby, I the way I casano near, there's no position that you cannot man. I'm telling you.
Yes.
Position be no one to me.
Yes.
Article 78, appointing ministers and chair specific say nipane as a sonya a background of a certain ministerial position be answer yamanako servo. You are judging from what you are. I can say my conviction tells me that you are competent. Tell me, say President Mahama or no nefre and was say Mr. Kofi Benjamin Kwashi, why you have Juma catch me hefana me faunko.
I'll tell the president I'll serve at his mercy. Wherever the president wants me to serve, I'll serve there, because he's the appointing authority. As I sit here, the president, like you've said, you've interviewed me, and you feel that I qualify for A, B, C, D. Fortunately for me, you are not President Mahama. So if you were President Mahama, I would have given you the answer directly. But where I sit now, I can assure you, say, wherever the president says that I should serve, it's a duty to serve my country, and I'll serve.
Okay, if he asked you to, do you have any interest, say, coming back to the country to go to Parliament?
No, I don't have any parliamentary admission. That I can tell you on authority. I would never be a member of Parliament. It is not that. It is not a good thing to be a member of Parliament. It's a good thing to be a member of Parliament. I am with every convention. Say Parliament. It's where we are able to bring together our people and ensure that there's development. But it's not a field that I want to go to.
So wherever.
Wherever.
or do we come chrome ne koye a year MCA?
That is where the president feels say me koye MCA or chroma will get development. I'll gladly go there.
Can you sing a NDC national anthem?
What do you want me to say? Is it one of the requirements before?
No. I want to see if you can.
I can sing it.
Okay, let's see.
So give me the jingles and let's sing.
No. I'm a pair unique. I will search for it, but you go.
No, bring it and let's sing it together. We'll sing it along because I want to convert you into the NDC. So I want us to do it in a way that we'll sing it together. So play it and let's sing it together so that I know that I've converted you to the NDC. At least, I know that in the next 4 years, you are going to vote for the NDC. Even if you didn't vote for us this time round.
I'm seriously enjoying you. No, I can't say I do a travel code to you. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You share NDC anthem, no, but be a buyer man. You just give us some 3 lines of Mr. Joel Akadiano. And no, the year lunch na me hobi Victoria Park. Ewo Cape Coast. Yes, I was there. Yeah. Me free Kumasi.
Oh, Kumasi, great.
Yes, me free Anomaso.
Okay.
Ewo Foriko Municipal Tech.
Okay.
Yeah, university the side on. But na me school at that time. Nti ni su kete ni we Cape Coast. Jerry Benina, Mr. Joel Akadina Honina, near Tia in a Ukrainian Missabia. Him ebo, but ye oh Sanyum Nana, da. So let's go.
The song says that from victory unto victory, the NDC shall lead a stable and developed Ghana. It goes ahead to also indicate say the country called Ghana, it's for all of us. One thing I know about the national anthem of my party, they say it whips up sentiments of everybody. Everybody feels and I know that is where you are coming from.
You are going to sing along. Let's start afresh.
Okay.
Yeah, start afresh now. Yeah, because you have to do this. Because I know the reason why I'm yes, I do is yes, you are truly an NDC.
Yes,
because I have interviewed a lot of people. You see, there are some people, they are opportunistic dinosaurs. But you came to work and you are an NDC. You know, be your NDC, I can see it. So let's sing along.
Suzuza. Arise for Ghana, your patrons of the land. Forward and seek your future. Development our goal. From victory unto victory, the NDC shall lead a stable democratic Ghana, our strength in unity.
Wow!
From victory unto victory, the NDC shall lead a stable democratic Ghana, our strength in unity.
Wow.
My convert. So next year by this time, me ba na ye do call Flaster House, we call President Mahama.
I can be me the pa, but would mama ka seminar ye konim.
Yeah.
Okwa South Africa.
Yeah.
Okwa. Me recommend you do be the amount.
Okay.
Na South Africa some we na pa ne.
That's the
yes, ukokura omo excretia. You say waste substance should remove from our body.
Okay.
Eti obi o ha omo excreti.
Okay.
Eti am say omo excreti ntina ma normal kiti bi eye. Na sadek forward do be a flex zone 600. Say do we see.
Okay.
Enti me recommended the amount.
Okay.
Oko South Africa Mr. Bomodian no to be fako.
Okay.
Obi a wuntirimu SC. So
okay.
Na cholesterol no cholesterol pa be kwa hypertension, stroke, pressure the amount.
Okay.
A flex zone 600.
Wow.
Utobia okwa fako.
Mate.
Pa
na me say elephant herbal mixture.
Yes, yes.
But I don't know MPP force win also.
I don't know elephant NPP also.
Elephant win also. As you say, I have to end this in way now. Oh, the MPP drive rem. Oh, sister. Pachini no to.
The battle about Pachini no to. Now we'll take it out from there. I'm going to for 24 hours.
And I'm not buying to your policy. You are forgiven. You are pardoned. Right.
Okay, thank you very much. Dakopon ka ho yada se pa. We did say appointment now so ba. You best say ba na you know abedin komansa na obeko South Africa.
Thank you.
Okay, so where Mr. Benjamin Kofi Kwashi, Council of Elders, chairman NDC starter South Africa, and I'm going to say you know echichen komono you na savo kwa you beton kapa. All right, so thank you very much. Sanity edamasi. Osco Jantri and you made the bedi hina chapa me kai pa those days ni so papa bi ni e friend dada antu ukokumase a amakom edru Christmas ni Easter ni holidays na or the speakers abesi no obonum way and burger high life. Oh my goodness, I remember those days nti me bonum we bia na makai Sadek Flexon 600 yamo makwa abadok
ibi aboko minia
bibi aboko de
nyame adom
ye the radiasi Flexon 600 say they no na eko.
Oh yes,
and comfort to agusupa
recommendation a odi ama ne no crack say ado no waje atum.
Oh yes,
nyame nsira o
nyame de e ba kope
watu ho asi wo say ade ye papa ho ko ana obebo ho dewuro nyame nsira na wonye okese pa.
Amen.
Anopa ye chia Ghana de hye nyina Sadek Herbal Center ye de hye bi waje nkwa e na aba no mo wani nye encha kese efi doctor kese a woda ya no eho ema Ghana de hye nyina afa so ye national PRO sister part wo se wo chia Ghana de hye nyina mo nyina da afishia pa na ye bedi bro nyen no ena wonu se menimu ni nkomo sima dupe na yantwetwe apomudi ho nkomo sanse ade ye mpese ye beti bi kra ne se ye ko bro nyen mu ne ye de yade Flexon 600 me boni dim pensa sanse eye dura e two stroke yade ase me no nyina gitum se stroke ya yade a e twe nipa kra e konse do so Flexon 600 ada romanti amanfo anya wono mayaresa tie wonya stroke ni bi woda fom wo twa odoma nkoma wuo se yesu ti ase nyade a wewu da wate ma honsanka Flexon 600 eye dura wo hwe TV so yi wo hwe me social media so anase utiem radio so kitami yi no mo boto no mako enan peto aso na enti na emu asisi anti moja ni ntimi ni afrusa ni ye na aka watim ho se stroke no afei ebe Washington ni mu nyina na obenya wa ho de mapa obe sori waka na epomampo ne kura wa obe to atwene eye Flexon 600 na no obi bisa se a doctor fu yesremu o ede na ye kofa stroke ya de ne ba anya se o we ya kiremu wa de be sa kiremu bie wa bisa nko anti iye ka ne se ni otwedi amponyankopon eye nipadua na so ye system no ye ne se wade dro baby a ye nti na tototo ye nipadua mu moja edi afurusa ne mframa e fa musa ne be ya ubenya wa hoden na ekoba ne se enti ne musisi pa e moja ne ntimi ni afurusa ne ye nti ba bi enti no ye adwuma ko bia no na moja na sizi eti eba ne sa ya wonan ya wo de pim ho se ya wonte eno no akwabna ne ntimi ka ne se ananse ache no na so ananse nye police e oche nipa no e kire se ba bia e moja no e ye adwuma ko ne ntini wasi nti moja no enuru ho afei wo bibia friend heart palpitation wo ho no mabose wa koma no e bo pepe wo ho no na sheki kikikim say makoma ide wo ho na sheki kikikim wa nya na dakro e sheki ko na wa koma na ntimi anya adwuma bie wa na wo fa o bag akwa aba fada e kire wo se enti ni mosisi moja ni ntimi ni afrusa ni ya fei hwe ba ko edi hobio usum sei no usomu sei ya on fele skin no on chese o twekura won ti pen bia wom e bo nka ye afi uti bia no etimi ya wo ya dendenden na jai ayo ya dendenden na jai e kire wo se enti ni mosisi no moja ni ntimi ni afrusa ni ye na yade ya fe ni se stroke e bo kokko shanen so pa afei o koda no na wo ho den na o sorry anopa no o fan ye dududu sa kola keto dade ye hye ne botom no o sorry na wo ko half o feel o side say no kyerɛ wo sɛ enti ni masisi emoja ntimi ni afurusa enti ni afani stroke no ɛde ne ho gym o kasa san nyame kasa yayi prekope na owura fi asam a woka o kasa na o steady o kasa na be sɛ wano chia ko benkum anase wano chia ba nifa symptoms of stroke no ɛkyerɛ wo sɛ enti ni masisi emoja ni ntimi ni afurusa ni yie kwabra ne 90 timi hye no na watia mu Jesus tesania ya soja sarama ɛde ne nan asimu no oso bɛhwɛ na bibie ni hɔ ɛkyerɛ wo sɛ baabi a mogya no ɛfa ntini mu kɔ ne hɔ asi ɛde stroke yadeɛ na ɛbrɛ no saa nsunsuansoɔ nyinaa da adeɛ wɔ nipadua mu a mesrɛw ma wo ho nyɛ ha ma wo nsanka flexon 600 flexon 600 flexon 600 na no bi na ɛnwɔ hye ntini mu nyinaa na mogya no enti bi ne afurusa ne yie na da bia me ne toto nyinam ahoɔden a yusu wɔ fie ho sɛ nyam ahoɔden no edum sɛ guo mu a na bibia kɔ off enti mfidi a wusu nyina ne nya adwuma saa na tie se enti ni mu sisi na ukɔ off pa ɛno ano no oda hotim otwa odoma nkoma wuo ma won sanka flexon 600 na ɛmmɔ ho ban every stroke yade ho excuse me afei wo wanya stroke ni bi dada oda ho no mo a mesrew enkanto ho sɛ wotwa odoma nkoma wuo anya wo time so obewuo se nyankopon frɛ wa anya wo time ni so obewuo ma won sanka flexon 600 na obenya wayaresa ya dro ba ko edi wa elephant eba mesha obi akoko ni wudi asie pa koko nti kwamra ni ahoto na koko ni omu ahodo bebre obi wa kwada wo ni nyina bi wadro aya elephant eba mesha ene sadek powder elephant eba mesha ene sadek powder obi akoko afifi nipadua ni aya na me say me the pictures ni bi ba kyerɛ mo koko ne bitimi fifiri kwamna ne ho tenten ne nua no ma ne bi no afifiri wonom ahase ama kabakora no mu ntimi nhye bi be kyerɛ wade wo sadek powder no sɛ wonya bi a ɛmfa ho de ba bi akoko na pie nipadua ni bia hwe bi gu ade so ne fa nsuo fra ne fa asawa fa ne fa tare so pa ade kyekyere so me ma wo just 3 to 4 hours pe ɛya wa ifiri wo sɛ obi hu koko ni bi mu a ɛyɛ adwuma sɛ nkonya afei wo bi akoko na fifiri kokɔbu mu sɛ koko fifiri kokɔbu mu a abrebi abɛkɔ agya bia so no na apai na edimoja enenam mesrew ɛma saade ni nsi biem wabra elephant herbal mesha ene sadek powder ɛwɔ hɔ obi bisa sɛ na sɛ dro emienu ane dwuma herbal mesha no edi no ɛno na sadek powder no edi yɛnuanom a wɔn amane no wɔn to yɛn kra sɛ doctor ɛmfa nim die nkwan so ɛna dan no na ɛmɛyɛ powder ɛnam amanoni akwantu nti wotie na sopam no ɔyɛ ɛntra wo ma koko nyi unipadua mɔso na koko ya de bone koko nti kwabra ne timi posa na nisa na ni ye frato ɔhwɛ ade ohuni rainbow mesraw ɛma koko enyi unipadua mɔso wabra elephant herbal mesha ɛne sadek powder ɛwɔ hɔ afei elephant ointment elephant ointment over 30 years elephant ointment a yaka ho asɛm aka no ɛno nie obi a waposo no waposo ɛyɛ ɔya air condition wuntimi ntramu bi wanya kwanhyia amesunsunso aso aba no mpem owewa ma won sanka elephant ointment fa twitwi waposo no waposo ye ma me ne ye papa no mo a omodo mu mpani fie so omkotodwem ayɛ mbrɛ no sɛ ma won saka bi na de sasa so pɛ rubber kyekyere so a fa ba ne gika ho na heat no emmonwura okotodwenim poma obeto atwene obegyina na so prɛko pɛ yenro ye papa eyo ntina wadwama so ba bia ne yakiri kwakra de yenye yira kwan enam sɛ enam nepa ye wonti no yakiri kwan ne yakiri kwan so de esi kwan ho a abribia no obi atwam a nani sayen AA Sadek Herbal Center yakiri kwan ɛwɔ Mori Junction Tobut Cape Coast Kwantimpon so Mori Junction obeduru ho na glass house kɛse bi si ho no mo a ɛhɔ ɛne yadwosu ɛwɔ yenro no ubenya bi ewo Okaisi Drug Lane Kobedia Enterprise Kingswalk Herbal Rupash Herbal Tinatet Herbal Hellos Herbal Tema Little George Pharmacy Ashaman Ekus Pharmacy Enkwako Hillside Pharmacy Kumase Kolinak Herbal Misty Herbal Apidank Herbal Freddy Menskeo Ena Mama Beki Afe ho Abesam Takwa owasa bidro fie bogoso unique herbal Sunyane Green Light Pharmacy Cap Herba Masom. Agona Swedro eye Lincoln Pharmacy and a PK Gombila ewo Tamale. Me patcho frey ewo 0244 153511 0244 153511 and I say 0557 9977 97 0557 997797 ana yenua no mo asante man tempendo so poatu no bo mo janse me frem mabeki e was 0244 750 510 0244 750 510 entra ho ma stroke yade anye oni padua mo so enkomo kuma me ni wabedi meji se enye dan ye bi fa ho bronya ya ye bekwe nam a ye kɔwie ni nuane ne nsa ye kɔhwie gu enipadua mu no kai se ekire asem bebre sha ho kubo ne bo ho man Flexon 600 wodi anunum bi ema nom mema nom ye moye ho ban emfiri yade ho na yade de eba ekire asem no de pa na koko ne de eye elephant herbal mixture ene sadik powder ene yedi tu ase afi elephant ointment wapo no wapo so ye wo ya ma wonsa kabi na fa twetwe na sa nure nyina no o ma wonsa kabi kofi a eye ekira wo se wa bon ho ban afiri yade ho ma wonsa kabi na abrenu abribia no wo ho nya den e wo ba biara obekomu na ye nuro ne de echen osra ni me pa so ye da se bebre
yes ye da CP sabre de AS Sadik for anamati se ye no mo etwetwe community yanko ne yanko penuro ni bento Flexon 600 nama ya pomodine CP sabre ye kwa homa no se ne obapa agiman afi agiman atwetwe nkomo ye be kai say before ye be call elections no na Speaker of Parliament Honorable Kingsley Sumana Bagbin na wato Parliament ma NPP for a majority na almost shane senke be ya ombie Parliament na aban dwuma bia eso mudi no omatimi adi sabre die papa no kase wa close to Parliament no ombie chair after the election ye election we ne nya ntie se ne ye bie Parliament ye ne oba pagman entwetwe komodwili me mu akwaba
Mejo sumi nya berma
and I catch a picture ne kire say Parliament et say ye bia ampa
yo me mo bibere akwaba e de ba eye Parliament House say na odi kan e de tudwan tapepe enete na ka nyoma ba kunyenu bi e wo say Parliament engine 2 months na say ye be resolve eye Parliament ye be ko recess anka na yakoto aba ne mo my son said de nyina ye nim mentime ho ase eba between minority ni majority when e majority and when e minority nti e ma speaker e call off Parliament ema ekoto aba ewiye nene nyame adom ya saba biom ya ba be wie eye dwumadi aka budget wo say engine tum chief justice wo say ye approve am any bills bia eka ye wo say ye engine tum na fe de entimi be ye mra ewo eye omangana no na anopa ayebepie mu ohanum se na hade boko security koso kama na moment se na previous ones I recall na a police for na soldiers for bebre ebu hanum se no ene de normal security for any omoye adwuma e wo Parliament ene wo hanum se no se ye be chef oni so a nkunwa no be minority for etna I set and as I already name speakers I omokasa mic omokasa FM no eno na afena technicians no fix indi se would weni e be chere hanum se na ahanum boko members of parliamentarians no obia ni hanum say for now obia enyamba oye NDC na say NPP ni no obia unity e wa hanum say nti me no ka say ntem for ya baye wa chemu achayemu chense bia ombeba no ma wetinate ye hwese so moba NDC for ne ba mo akotina bebi aye omote minority side anaso ombesa pra akasa mo akotina majority side no it's a banata dey na Speaker of Parliament so obeye afon either so obeka so monko enkotina bebi minority seat because if anyina say elections are for no more alpha and kunyano de dointi automatically no more majority in tank or na minority side for na senyami adoma ye by next parliament which is 2025 now omunko form majority seat ni intimi ya Burma Ziega se me twafoni kakra the ekoso ewo parliament hanum sia enano prayer na the ekoso enono
na apart from say parliamentarian bia my na parliamentary staff no do hu omo ho
staff no ha say security for no so ewa ha na we ejuma wa hanum say no canteen so omo aba na mo parliamentarians na ewo so omo mbra no yes started 10 o'clock and attempt to some boy say me say no so ka ona ma asat now no obia enyenyi ni si ewa hanum say
na first pana ka call parliament sa bremu na ka hu say kasa paki one adia anase say ya na netie
okay Ziega say obeka ya sisi ani jumedia ekoso nyina ne yenye no ewo ye parliament auditorium ho ye dey aba conference center nti eno ne sa no ko paki o ka ewo parliament inside na for the one Nantiaba and e be mu yes e be to the paki we ni mo a o si ya na ne driver na sa de ne car no Kofi said there is no parking space here. And see, as I speak to you now, the car be anya me parking member of parliament be be free maba. And as obi anya na say emba baby adom hanum say ye business eneno.
Okay. And ye better say me didi say e bedru awia de na bibia edana kwamuti. Die besi bia na awia ye trans we breaking news so a na wo de abre. Why? Okay. Yes, yeah, that's CP. Amakai President Mugabe Nyakopo fa the crazy. Nanya me so far that for crazy. Or see erected tata does not have any conscience. Okay, my main comfort ODK Herbal Center and Pharmacia. Ebuo waso ye fabra ye beto na ma nante na ye pepepepepe ye hunu da ese bibi ekra aba hopen ama se ukodi agro kra ho no enya je betimi asabu biom diabetes yare na etete wo so je fabra na yente de temfama ODK Herbal Center Herbal Clinic today ya discover ebibudro mapa Food and Drugs Authority for do amansa ahyasia edibetu ase dia ma obankra hasia your Maakye Hills adjacent Akawe Hospital ho ene yewo ye no omo ene bo ho sanso na akokuma senso a your Brema West opposite Chef West Station ho ene ODK Herbal Center ewo wonti bibiase anaso person frɛ na ye kiremu yie pa de kira wo afrɛ number we 05055181104 05005518104 and 054492975 054492975 ODK Herbal Clinic, ODK Herbal Center, ODK Herbal Clinic. Or say a drobia and caddy. So ya was said ya was said na sabredi yakopa ya resewienu yako hospital papa besa ya reno afeina yedi yesika ye papa yesika kwa akoto na yakonya ho mfaso enuti na Bayport the whole day Bayport or see your future now Bayport semen control say ya fixed deposit omo fixed deposit in the whole Africa e bin si da omo kwa na what fixed deposit abetimi ahase e dey free 5,000 Ghana cedis ye nya sankofo na yes for 50,000 fabra 100,000 fabra and son what may be fixed deposit to her Bayport ntisa your affordable one and no your 5,000 what the bahono one you bet me about fixed deposit interest in your papa interest in so unum say so ukoye fixed deposit next and fast one ba enya faso so the cut phone enya faso so di kodidi enya faso so di pie enya faso de the tatade mienu mensa bi dabi Bayport fixed deposit in there and faso da so no utimi de tre wadwumam so wonya faso a betimi de establish business and utina Bayport e ho no na Bayport se men control say and faso no so ya attractive no ye tua so de amawa obra no so ne ye tua ni na de man yenye kophobia na okwa yeso munya botransa system na jame yeso computer na yesay konyame ya dum ochena no aba yetima 3 days 1 week okwa yeso ye boni janu ho say ni say ye hu paper way ye manager ban ye hu paper na computer ni gina so a ye ma bi na ka bi yeso ko eche no aba da bi ho de ente sa ye play cran ye betua di ni na e the amount na your flexible options ye ni ente sa bo omo a odi usika Bayport fees deposit or see your future now etifa hujimbi na fa huram na kokope emfaso bumu a obetimi di atre wadwumam Pata wasa kwa James Mr. Sapon o say and dabio mi huni na Mr. Sapon wode pataje yinu asa kwa nika ye okay na mamenka se modebi fancho sisia se woto sisia na gonorrhea etete syphilis etete pressure ulcer stroke waist pain sisiare wode awo ba bia na usisiare ba wono mai swata na usisiare ba se wiemu yenuna se pain bi wo ho ba bia abo se asori apie da bi ni kwa se yesa na afa fatigue honamre ebubua ma onyare enso de bia wayemre wona te kakra bia na wayemre da bi ni kwa se yesa malaria chiri typhoid and as a liver and kidney problem and etete wa o how to atwa imboost herbal mixture semen control say brabe bubobi kope bi to na bubobi na wa ho aden no ncp ensita entu say area das emfama imboost herbal mixture ye to ni di police ni na duro no eye imboost herbal mixture yare amabobo di ni na etu ase ensa keke na esetu ase etipa bi to na imboost men control say se woni sa yare ni bimpo ana yare bia ntew so na ho odere kra ubetimi anum imboost herbal mixture ibi eye police na duro no ebebu asipie sita ama ho ayi asojafo no ewo mu no asipie sita ma oni yare beton kwanta pai kra aduane bia bedi bia no enya de betimi ahame wo na imboost herbal mixture se me control say enam se ne adroi Ghana okoba bi obi atu agusu a ye tonti no ena okọ pharmacy bia ebi wo Ghana half an edina have a pharmacy shop herbal shops ewo Ghana na benya bia to na no na mu bisa se nene de ekọ ye benya bia to na oti mate ade o mate dene atadifo wa ye de bi kwa Calamed pharmacy eno wo low cost road eti hwe bi ewo boko ewo Calamed sa enetie na fe na ba wesisi a se ope ba ko atu ana ope dutuo atu no wanom ne sa ana se ope dodo so atu akoton number is 024 62 08496 024 62 08496 imboost herbal mixture police ni na drono you should be to watch Odi etimu ajaje mpata asa kwa jeans. Yes, so munne en so muchina. Okay, chocho for semen control say. Ene ye di chocho tin aba. Chocho product na ye di biaba. Na chocho tin no ye di pure natural chocho ayipa. En ye di aye. Chocho tin no ye di bi ewo mu bia no. Wo sha se bobo chocho tin no a ebetu ase e di amount. Ape ye di pure natural chocho soap eso di aba. Ohunamani yade bia gu ohunamani kuchire bia no ebetu ase e dia maw ape chocho cream wudware chocho soap na de chocho cream no so esra ama ensan ketenkete yade bia wo huri na chiri kwa bia no wo de sra ebewura moja no wo se nipa bia no wo hwe enwi na wo ye nipa ye nipa dua no hu na enwi no tokro didam etu de chocho cream ne edware na di chocho soap ni dware na di chocho cream ni esna so a ewram ekọ ni paduanum etima bacteria bia wo ni paduanum bia no na etu ase na agina pie na afa na ma kala no atoso kama bia na ugina wia so ewia ya hyewa wo ye adwuma na nka wo mpene sa nanso so wo be ye de day ewia na so ma kala ni na ese dabi chocho cream ni chocho soap no ebedi yasem edia maw Sanity, your chocho white tea, chocho herbs, bass roots and spice growing in our farms. Ninina ne yakika boom, ekuta vitamin B6, protein and vitamin C benefit. Unum sisiana, etu yadie biase. na afei ma kala no adaso kama afei chocho bam se me kan tro se eno ne se bia ho baabi na ya wo ya wo chiri kase bramu no ukotodwe akobobo na no afichi kakra chocho bam fa bitutu so na nya ofa hodie fra na ba we sisi a 055 181 5388 055 181 5388 and 0244 657430 0244 657430 and 0244 727348 0244 727348 and 024 34 82 539 531 024 34 82 531 and 050 455 5535 050 455 5535 number samedi tu dwani ni na se wo pe product na ba ko ato wo pe bi atu akoton a wo fresa na baswesi a chocho bejo so na bibi ohobia no ye no waka chocho die fitete ye duru ekapa okay and na ya babedi Christmas ese swag ni esipisita ne wo shatade wo wiase ni na wo shampabo wo wiase na phone ekuta no phone nhye enye nu wanmonyam a enye nu monyam a ese wade bia watade se wo shatade 10,000 Ghana cedis kwana na phone ekuta no nya papa anase phone swag ni mu a na ama ubibia enwie peyo enti ikedi iPhone se me kancho se open iPhone na ato ena bibia ye iPhone bibia bia no ubia yusu iPhone enti ikedi iPhone installment se me kancho se bra ne ma iPhone to ye the iPhone wo wiase na bia ba ho iPhone bia ekuta iPhone features bia je wo bi de ne ho dene je free UK je free US je free baby bia ye iPhone bia papa bia no ikedi iPhones ewo ho ewo bi no asem control say ikedi iPhones installment no from iPhone 1 ko si iPhone 100 iPhone type bia obia no you bi ho na asem de say wasi bia na wisi kanso opa iPhone bi na wisi kanso waso de bra na sa iPhone upeja na so wisi kanso a yaba mo atua mu 40% sa 40% no 60% na beka no na spread the amount na udi 6 months atua udi 3 months atua we na opede he eye EKD iPhone installment from kwa na be sadi we say na EKD iPhone installment se mediji se make say oho pro pass me bomb number no na ma che o ma kira kwa etifa number we sisi a 053 99 985750 0553 99 85750 and 053 6787973 053 67877 Sekoto ko winisi ya nipe tie sports ne edonso pa Sergio Laka Sergio wasba kwa kai dia bisi do ho Ghana o obie kabi ko bebia obie kabi ho asem se oye arrogant wani nsu ade wo hadwene unya tumi kakra bia na wo de ye enoma bia enye na wo de adane ahinie sankofo no de sa tumi ni ma be sa je fru nsam sanete eyasem se bekese pa ena se jodi ma enti happy birthday and ya drusu no mo amudi mo birthday na we wish you all the best nyankopon ka mo ho omamonya kese kopem se mo be kese pa happy birthday to Rahel Kosi Ofosu wow yeah incoming Mrs. Ahiabo incoming Mrs. Ahiabo, yes. Happy birthday. The whole. Oswagere swafe pa. Yes. Precious Cinderella. Yeah, Precious Cinderella. Yes, Mrs. Rahel Kosi Ofosu. I don't know. Happy birthday to you, sister. Yes. Yeah, Mrs. Ahiabo. The next Mrs. Ahiabo, no, yes. It's a happy birthday to you. Watching your coupon car home. Don't toss you pump from who are koso. And you know from. Okay, the happy birthday to Esther. Where the Esther birthday on your coupon man in be penny pa. O ma men na wonya ware pa. Nyakopon ka ho ma nya kese ncha wawofo. O ma nya kese kopim se obeye kese pa away from Nicholas and the Ebrai. Okay, so thank you very much. Yeah, from Nana Frimpong Ziega. Man, I'm the Kessben Maakye Jumadi at the Bram one of Pemote Derek Kwambefi on ɔde kowa krata headlines no ɛde ɛbrɛ yɛ ɛgya kwampe mɔtene cafe Mr. Richard Apia Sapon and the kuchen something in the good krata so at the mame so me presented the mamo and then mote ora Benjamin Kofi Kwashi a council of elders chairman NDC South Africa so be kind and then chechen komototo for so sadeka fonso e by ye kwa umano so ye no obapa efia jima so chechen komo e di free parliament ye dana se and ye sign eda yankase na musini owo boase na ojamboama ye dana se pa na ora James Adabo ye presiding member e de ma oboase municipal muni na e jepene e ka ho ne money show no ewie payo ye from Nana Frimpong Ziega Amos and ye technical production and a fifi so di ho akoniaba and now we are ye the breaking news ebebrem medamasi bye bye.